Plenty. Plenty. You had me at woo. So have a seat. Thank you very much. That's very, very kind of you, and right back at you. And yesterday, I mentioned, if you were watching, I was talking about I found a bird's nest at the house, and I had to do some construction, and we had to move the bird's nest, and so I was talking about the bird specialist. She wanted me to tell you, the finches are doing fine. They were baby finches, and they're doing fine, and she said, make sure I mention that it's a last resort. You should never move a nest unless you absolutely have to, if they're going to be in danger or the mother abandons them. And she also wanted me to tell you that a bird in the hand is not worth two in the bush. It's better to have them in the bush than in the hand. And she didn't tell me, but I have a feeling she'd want me to also say, ooh, 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 ooh. But, so, you know, what a wonderful woman she is, that she takes care of all these birds that are abandoned or hurt or whatever. And I thought, that's a great job. Here she is. She loves birds, obviously, started taking care of birds, and now that's her job. She's a bird specialist. And it made me realize that whatever it is that you love to do, you should just keep doing it, because eventually somebody's going to pay you for it, or they'll pay you to stop, you know? Either way, you're going to get some money out of it, because that's what you should. Hopefully, everybody does what they love doing, you know? I mean, I am so fortunate that I do something that I love doing, and there are people that aren't sure what they want to do, but then there are people that have jobs that help you with that. There are career counselors that if you don't know what you want to do, you go to a career counselor, and what a great job for them. They're the bossy people. They're the, remember the kid on the playground that used to try to tell you what to do, and you used to say, you're not the boss of me? Well, now they are. Well, they're not the boss, but they're going to tell you who the boss of you will be. But I went to one, and what they do is they evaluate you. They look at your personality and all the things you enjoy, and they tell you what you'd be best suited for. And it turns out I should be a wine taster. And, but I'm not doing it. But still, I get to drink every morning. And so, and then also there are jobs. I started thinking all the different things that you can be. There's headhunters, which are not the same as career counselors. Career counselors will evaluate and tell you what you're best suited for. Headhunters find out what you're best suited for, and then they go get the job for you. They probably hang out in front of that office of the career counselor and go, what'd they say? You know? And then they go. There's something, I was looking at a magazine the other day, and there was this specialist. She has a column in one of the magazines, and her job is, she's a colorist. Do you know these people that tell you if you're a spring or a fall? And that's what her job is. She tells you if you're a spring, evidently you're supposed to wear pastels. If you're a fall, earth tones. And summer is mustard and ketchup. And, but if you're a spring and it's fall, you're not going to look good for another 6 months, so you should lay low. But there are jobs that you just think about all the things. There's something for everybody. Like if you love walking dogs, you can be a dog walker. There are people now that if you don't have time to walk your own dog, you hire a dog walker. Or if you don't figure out, like, what should I eat, what's healthy, a nutritionist. Or they have personal trainers. Or they have now, if you're not an organized person, they have professional organizers. Did you know that? To help you organize. There's only 20 of these people that do this, but already they have a union. That's how organized they are. It's not politicians aren't creating new jobs for us. It's the busy people. Busy people are, you know, they're too busy, so they hire other people to live their lives for them. You know, like, here's $40. Go have fun for me. I don't have time. And they have people that are confused by life and are trying to figure life out, and they can't figure it, so they hire a life coach. Have you heard this? New people, they're life coaches now. And like, I guess it's like a Dr. Phil. I figure it's like having Dr. Phil just right in my face going, get it in gear, lady. Let's get real about what's real, because reality's knocking on your door and you're not answering because you're not in the house, you're in the backyard watering the lawn with the hose that doesn't even fit because you can't buy the hose and you don't even know what you're doing. We get some nice letters here, and we got a nice one from this, I don't know how old they are. These two little kids write a letter. Hello, Ms. DeGeneres. This is Trent Douglas and Allie Crum. We're students from East Elementary School in Sheboygan, Michigan. We are writing this letter to ask you for a big favor. This year, our class has been doing a random acts of kindness for different people in Sheboygan. Some of the random acts of kindness we've done are flying a flag over the U.S. Capitol and taking it to a local veteran. We also cooked for our janitor a dinner. For our next random act of kindness, we could use your help. Ms. Golden is our PE teacher. She teaches us about health, sportsmanship, and sports. Ms. Golden loves your show. We were wondering if you could make a short tape thanking Ms. Golden for all she does for us. We're sending a random act of kindness card that we give to all of our victims. Thanks a lot, Trent and Alley, Random Acts of Kindness agents. P.S. If you do this for us, there's $2 in it for you. Then PSS, we would hate to have to ask Oprah. So, all right, let's go. Kids, start the tape now. Miss Golden, God bless you. First of all, you're a fan of mine, and I'm a fan of yours because you help kids and you teach kids. And thank you for everything that you do. And these kids are great that they're doing random acts of kindness, so you must deserve it. You must be pretty cool. Thank you so very much. And so, holla to you. I'm giving you a Holla Award for that. And if you just ask Allie and Trent to send me that $2. So that actually, you know, when I think about it, that it ties into this whole thing. I took a thorn out of the little lion's paw because the lion was suffering, and I encourage that. I don't know how old they are, but it's never too early to start practicing random acts of kindness. So if you can, I encourage it, whatever you feel like doing, whatever it is, even just starting today, tomorrow, you know, help somebody in some way. Babysit for like a mother who can't get out of the house for a pedicure or whatever she feels like doing. Just offer to go help somebody that has kids. Preferably you should know them. I don't think they're going to let you in the house otherwise. But, you know, bake cookies for some firemen and bring it to the firehouse, or write a letter to one of the troops stationed around the world and send pictures of me. And, you know, wash someone's car. Do something, you know. So anyway, and if you have a story about a random act of kindness that you've either done or you received, get to us on our website. Tell us about it. And we're going to start giving Holla Awards. And so that was the first Holla Award, and I just think that we could use more positive energy like that. So if you want to contribute to that, send us and let us know what you're doing. Now also... And now we have a new segment, and I love the new segments. I never get tired of coming up with new ideas. We have What's Your 2 Cents? It's the new segment, and it sounds sort of like What's on Your Mind, but the difference of What's on Your Mind, people send in ideas well, they send in things of what they're doing, and then we just read about it. What's Your 2 Cents? We get letters from people that actually want us to change things about our show, and so it's going to be What's Your 2 Cents, although when I thought about it, with inflation, it's probably What's Your Dollar, but then I thought about after taxes are taken out, it's still What's Your 2 Cents. So here's our new segment called What's Your 2 Cents? All right, so we have... I have a question regarding what the books are behind Ellen in her introduction, which are never out of place. I have been watching these to see if the cleaning staff or anyone moved them, and no, not yet. This shows me how efficient everyone is. Anyway, just curious, and this is from your devoted fan, Sassy. All right, take a look right here, and she has taken a picture of a lot of different shows, clearly, and there are the books there, and there are the books there, there are the books there. Books there, and clearly it's all different shows, different days, and she's absolutely right. Those books are always in the same exact position, and that's not an accident. There's the reason. I really, as much as this show seems like it's a loose, you know, kind of atmosphere, I like a tight ship. I like things to be run a certain way, and before the show starts, I check things out to make sure everything's... I think sometimes we have a camera running, so maybe we'll take a look. This was the other day. I was coming out before the show.
Come on, stop. I didn't do it. I know I'm do it. It's not
Is your mom not home? Huh?
Grew up like that? She's sticking.
Hey. All right, looks good. Everything looks good. Where's the book? Where's Lost New York? Who's got Lost New York? Danny, you know how I feel about that. I don't mind you reading it, but you can't have... God. What would that be like? We're about to do a show. All right, see you later. Thank you for noticing that. You see, Sassy, nothing has left a chance on this show, not on my watch. Luck is merely preparation meets opportunity. Saturday Night Fever, Grease, and Pulp Fiction are just a few of the reasons our first guest is one of the Hollywood's biggest superstars. His new movie, The Punisher, is in theaters now. Please welcome the one and the only John Travolta. That was fun.
Hi, everybody.
Well, you look really good. You look really, really good.
Well, thank you, Ellen.
Yeah. So now, it's not a big surprise that you just turned 50.
It's not a surprise at all.
Not anymore. No.
Well publicized. I had an awesome birthday.
I know. Tell us about your birthday. Sounds amazing.
My wife prepared it for a year, and I told her that I didn't want to do anything big. 50, I'm out of breath from dancing.
Yeah. That's how I am every day.
So first I did, and then I decided not to because of the logistics and all that kind of thing. And she pulled off the party of the century.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
It was amazing. And of course, I almost found out several times, but the dunce hat kept on getting bigger and bigger because I'd almost find out, and then she'd tell me some cover-up story, and I'd buy it, you know. And,
to hold something for a year, that is, I mean,
pretty
it's one thing
amazing.
to plan a surprise party for a month, but because the hotel wasn't even opened yet.
No, that's correct.
I know
Yeah.
that because I was there later and I heard about the whole thing, and they had to rush to get it ready.
And the funniest thing was I arrived after more corporate jets had been at that local airport than I'd ever seen in my life.
in Mexico.
And I said to Kelly, I said, boy, that must be an awfully big golf tournament. And if I had looked closely, I would have seen, you know, OW, TC, all these celebrity initials on the jets. But of course, something in me made me ignore it. And I get to the hotel, and because she told them not to say surprise, everyone was quiet, okay? So I thought they were employees. Right?
You see Barbara Streisand, you think she's working there?
No, this is how dumb it got. I swear to you, this is how dumb it got. I looked there and I said, see, there are no free rides. We get a free room and a jet ride, and this is what we have to do all weekend long. We're gonna be taking pictures with all these employees, and that's what's gonna happen. See, and then I look out and I start to see, you know, celebrity faces, and I thought, what are they doing here? I swear to you, up to the last minute, I thought, what are they doing here? And then I got it. When Barbara and Oprah came I thought I had died. They came kind of wistfully coming to me. I said, oh, I died, and this is what happens after you die.
Yeah. You go to Mexico with celebrities.
Exactly.
So like Carly Simon sang to you. It's amazing.
Well, okay, the first night, Natalie Cole and Jose Feliciano started the entertainment, and that was awesome. But the next night, it was kind of like This Is Your Life, you know, because Carly and I are old friends. and her son Ben and her sang some songs and dedicated them to me. And I started to cry, of course. And then it got worse. And then Tony Bennett sang Fly Me to the Moon. And then I can't even remember the lineup. It was so awesome. But by the end, when Tom Cruise brought out the birthday cake and Barbra Streisand sang Happy Birthday, I started to sob.
Yeah.
The snot was drooling down. And none of those pictures are available.
Yeah.
It was so unappealing.
They won't be framed, those
And
pictures.
they will not be framed. But it looks something like this.
Yeah. Oh, that's.
But it was a marvelous and amazing thing.
Oh, that's.
And it would take about 3 hours to go through all the details.
Yeah.
So, but that's a little nutshell.
That's pretty amazing that she planned that for 1 year and
1
kept
year.
it a secret.
It was something. It was as stressful as I had imagined it would have been if I
Yeah.
had been part of it.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad I wasn't part of planning that.
Yeah, I'm glad she's glad that it's. And now you have to. No, what do you feel? You feel pressure that you have to do something huge for her?
Yeah, I'm going to rent out Buckingham Palace and have Prince Charles sing Happy Birthday to her.
When is her birthday?
Well, she won't be 50 for 10 years, so.
No, not 50. Oh, just because you. But still, don't you feel like you should do something?
Well, I have a pretty big birthday for her anyway, every year. But I think it was a milestone
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
And I still may be dead, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you're not.
Everything's been perfect since then, so.
So okay, so this also your life it's good. It's a good life. And I know you had some time there that a lot was you really appreciate everything now.
Well, hey, you make all our lives better, and I'll tell you why. Even John Travolta, that's true, isn't it? Had a bad day, you know, and I was looking, thumbing through the television, and nothing was entertaining me, nothing. And I thought, is it possible that nothing can impinge on me anymore? And then you appear, and you start to make me giggle. And then you start to make me laugh, and suddenly I'm crying with laughter. And I said, no, I am alive, because Ellen has just proven that I can be affected.
Oh.
And you brought me out of the doldrums that day.
Well, thank you.
And I think you do that for everybody every day.
This is the beginning of my random act of kindness. I hope so. I mean, you know, and that's what you make everyone feel like that. I mean, everyone adores you. And I want to start with this because we have to go to commercial, but I don't know if everyone has seen Architectural Digest with, this was last month. I couldn't believe this picture. This is you and Kelly at home. And then in the background, there's a little jet parked in the carport. Just under. All right, so we're gonna go to commercial, and I want you to, because the pictures are incredible, that you just pull right up. You just pull right up underneath. And, honey, I'm home. Come on in for dinner. All right, we'll be right back right after this. That was such a great movie. Don't you? Have you seen it recently? Do you watch it ever again? It was such a good movie.
Yeah, I'll catch it on television once in a while. I like the R version of it, though. I don't like the PG version.
I don't. What's?
Well, the R version was, of course, with all the language, which in New York was natural. It was you emphasized things with it.
Right.
But when they did the dub-in PG version, I didn't care for it. It wasn't as real to me.
Oh yeah, that's really hard when they do that. For the airplane versions.
Yes.
Yeah. You darn fool, and you can see the mouth is saying, that's not what he said. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's like watching The Sopranos on the airplane one day going, that's not at all right. Anyway, let's talk about this. First of all, thank you for bringing disco back. I love that time for me is like, and we all, I think, associate you with that. So thank you to you for being around.
Pleasure.
It will never leave because of you. And what the finger in the air? Did someone choreograph that, or did you start that?
It was a last thought. The photographer literally said, you know, we did 6-day weeks, 18-hour days. It was exhausting. And the guy said, do you have any other ideas? And I said, okay, in a stupor. I said, how about this? And he clicked it. That's true.
Wow.
It was the last shot.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were.
And I didn't even know what it meant. I mean, you could see that I was delirious.
Yeah.
Because what does this mean?
Well.
You see what I mean? And people think it meant from going from here to here.
Yes.
But the dance step wasn't necessarily up here. It was out here and to the side.
Yeah, but that posture was that was impressive. Look at that.
Well, but again, it was more like a matador.
Yes.
I suddenly became very Spanish and became a matador.
Right. Yeah. That's exactly how I hail taxis. Taxi! Like that. So, and if they don't stop for a while, I look good. So, all right, so let's talk about this because I know your passion is flying and the house that you have in Florida, we can have it on the looky-loo here because we still stored it. There's a carport. You just pull right up into your, now, do you sleep with those big headphones on so that you can't,
No, it's very simple. Of course, this dream was created in the 60s when I was little. Because when I was little, everyone, according to the Jetsons, was going to have like a little, airplane or jet in their apartment, their house, whatever. So I created this dream that one day I thought I would like to build a house around aircraft. And of course, very few people were doing it at this level. So.
Well, how many people here have that? Not a lot.
I decided that it was the 21st century and that I should be innovative and be forward and do something that I promised myself in the 60s would happen, and because no one else was doing it. So there's my promise to myself.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I don't even see a car there. Do you just fly everywhere?
No,
It's like to the store?
Cars are in the front of the house. See.
I didn't see. Oh,
Well,
the vintage
yes,
cars.
the
You
vintage.
have the really cool, right?
Oh yeah, there's no other cars to have but 50s cars.
What do you have? What's your favorite car?
I love the T-Bird series, the 55, 6, and 7 T-Bird.
That's
See, there's
oh
where
yeah,
the cars
that's
come in.
great. That's great. So is that mainly your? And how many other people live in this area?
Well, we're the only family there right now, but there'll be other families. I'm hoping that you'll move in with your plane.
Yeah. Well, I don't have a plane yet, but the closest I came to this is I slept at LAX once over a sleepover. I had a layover and I slept there, and it.
But you rented a Hawker.
Yeah.
I heard about that for
Yes,
your tour.
I have for the tour. I flew in a small little Hawker.
Yeah, but
1000.
it's a lovely jet, and it's a big jet too. But you could move there, and it could be in the backyard when you rent it.
Well, I should just try it out at your house first.
Why don't
I mean, I
you?
should just stay there and see how it goes.
You should.
All right,
You
well-
should do your shows from there.
Okay.
Now there's an idea.
All right. We have to take one more break, and then we'll be right back.
Jackie
right after
Gleason
that.
did it.
You wouldn't be wooing like that if you knew what he did to her after that. That looks really good.
It's an awesome movie.
All right, so okay, so you're a bad. Tell us what this movie is. You're a bad guy in this.
I'm a fish that has short-term memory.
No, that's mine.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay,
I've never heard of such a movie. Tell me about it.
I'm a gangster with short-term memory. Okay, I'm a wannabe blue blood in this movie, and he's all about bad money, but he thinks he's about good stuff. And the Punisher, well, without getting too much detail, my wife, who you saw me be kind of mean to, asked me to wipe out his family. And in turn, because the Punisher killed my son, so it's a revenge movie, but it's a comic movie, and it's hilarious.
Oh, it seems funny.
But in that scene, I think she has betrayed me because the Punisher has cleverly set up this web of lies, much like my wife did for my birthday party. And so, typical stuff. And that was a scene where I'm just showing her how I feel about the betrayal.
Yeah. You were very upset.
Very.
Yeah. And she won't forget it.
She won't forget
Yeah.
it.
All right. So, well, it looks really good. It looks
That's
really
good.
good.
Thank
And I just have to ask you before you leave. I read something, and you never know if these things are true or not. That you wear your underwear inside out because you don't want to
do.
get scratched by a label.
Well, I mean, I think it's a U.S. issue right now, is the whole label thing bothering the skin. So I've solved it by wearing. Well, your underwear don't need labels.
Yeah.
I mean, don't need. You see, your label is.
It's just
It's just there.
It's not
so
a label.
I just wear your underwear now.
Fantastic.
And
They're
it's
soft.
easy.
You'll like
and
them.
it's soft.
Yeah,
Yes.
they're really soft.
At Target.
Yeah. We realized that that was an issue that the government had not been addressing, and so we went ahead and we're taking care of it on our own.
But really, how many people? I mean, the tag thing is a pain.
I cut tags out of every single thing I wear.
It is. It's awful.
But is it everything or just underwear?
It's everything.
Yeah, me too.
Shirts, everything.
Me too. I take, and that's and then there are places, certain designers that they put the label on the outside.
Yes, and then that becomes a whole other thing.
Yeah.
However, did you ever buy a piece of clothing where you take the tag off and it all falls apart?
Yes.
What's that about?
Yeah, you cut a little too close to the seam, and the
Yes.
whole thing unravels.
And the more expensive the designer, the more they do that.
Yeah, they do that on purpose. You have to buy another
Yes.
one. All right, I loved you being here, and I loved talking to you, and come back anytime. And The Punisher is in theaters now.
Thank you.
Finally coming true. Let's hear it one more time for John Travolta. Hi, Goran.
Hello.
How's it going?
Pretty good.
And so your name is, there's so many consonants in it, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right.
It's a tricky one. Visnjic.
Visnjic.
That's great.
But there's a
Thank you.
J and an N that doesn't belong.
Yeah, like you should, instead of S, you should put CH, you should forget about J, and instead of C on the end, you should put CH, and then you're going to get it as it should be.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'll forget about all those. So it's Visnjic.
Yeah.
All right. So now you are from
Croatia.
Croatia. And by the way, where do you park your jet?
Used to have one in Croatia a long time ago, but it was like this big, and it's like controlled.
That you
and it didn't
controlled?
even fly, you
Right.
know, but it was like...
Now, would you live in an area like that? Because he's got a plot for sale that you, if you have a thing, that you can be in his neighborhood.
Yeah, I can probably fit in someplace, I
Yeah.
would say, you know. I'm in Sherman Oaks, I
Yeah.
love that mine.
Have you wanted to ever fly? Because I've never had that desire to learn how to fly. Do you like that?
I
kind of-
actually love it. I did like some flying with U.S. Navy in military jet in F-18. That was like awesome. That was, oh,
Really?
yeah, that was cool.
They go fast.
They do go fast.
Yeah. Oh, that would scare me. All right. So you're from Croatia, and now was ER? Did you know ER in Croatia? Were you aware of the show?
Yeah, absolutely. I watched it before, and my mother watched it. She was a big fan, and my neighbors, and show was foreign #1 show in Croatia before I came on the show. So it was like, you know, huge. And then when my agent called me, and she was like, you know, they're offering you to be on the show. I was like, are we talking about the same ER? Called my parents, my neighbors, everybody. They were like all crazy about it. It was like,
So they saw you in Croatia. The casting agent. You were still living there?
No. I did a movie in Europe, which was international film. Welcome to Sarajevo. My agent saw it in Cannes Film Festival. She called me, would you like to come here? I came here to do publicity for the film. Ended up an audition with Griffin Dunn for Practical Magic with Sandra Bullock, Nicole Kidman. Got a part of a bad guy, and then I came back to States, did that film. Did a couple of other things, flying back and forth, and then ER came, and then I was like, okay, now I'm going to move in. So,
Yeah.
you know, I'm here now.
And that was how long ago?
Been on ER for 5 years, did that movie like 8 years ago, so...
How do you say ER in Croatian?
Hitna služba. Almost like my last name.
Hitna Sultan?
Služba.
Slushna?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. And how did you get this thing? You were in a Madonna video. What was the name of the song that you were in?
Power of Saying Goodbye.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you remember him in this video? Because if you don't, we'll remind you. But how did you? Well, let's show it first of all. All right. So you're cast in this. Did you kiss first so that she would make sure that you're a good kisser? Because if you're just casting someone to be good looking, that's one thing. But then you've got to kiss the person over and over. Or did you just all of a sudden get cast and then you just had to kiss, not?
No, she also, like my agent saw the film Welcome to Sarajevo, and apparently that was enough.
She didn't have to kiss you first?
No.
So they just start rolling the camera. You don't know her, and y'all just start making out.
Something like that.
And was that weird? Like, were you a big Madonna fan?
No, I've seen her work definitely before.
Yeah.
It was fun.
But you weren't nervous or anything?
Yeah, I was nervous, of course. I mean, I was nervous when I worked first time with like Sandra and Nicole on the film. I was nervous
Right.
first time I got like big job in Croatia in theater,
Yeah.
like with all big stars. I was like nervous. So every time you're like,
Yeah.
when you meet somebody new, I'm nervous now.
Yeah. Are you?
Yeah, I am.
We're not even don't. That's silly. Because we have to take a commercial. We're not going to make out until we come back after the next thing. All right, we'll be right back. Goran, you probably know him best from and which is of course ER. Now that's from Close Your Eyes, the
Yeah.
new movie, and what is that about? Close Your Eyes.
I'm playing a hypnotherapist, Michael Strutter, who is in UK and helping Scotland Yard to catch a serial killer, but serial killer ended up being like a completely weird guy who actually lived for the past couple of 100 years. We figured out that, and we encounter a lot of problems on the way. That's something like that.
And how's it work out?
Let me put it this way, like towards the end of the movie you think it's gonna be a happy end, and then like on the end of the movie you walk out like, uh-oh, you know, sequel.
Oh, really?
I don't know. We'll see.
Okay. Sequel. All right. So this is Close Your Eyes, and the next one would be Open Them Up.
Right shot.